So it is the next day, and we had a wonderful night sleeping cozy. The heater downstairs and the gas propane heater downstairs was great while we were in the living area hanging out. And then the mini split upstairs blows the heat across, so we were nice and cozy. And we had a fun and exciting day just hanging out around the tiny house. We were supposed to do a nature walk, but it's so cozy here sometimes. You just want to, just pile up. And so we just watched episodes of Teen Titans Go and other movies and stuff like that. So, but I did want to show you guys, because there's two essential parts to having your heat and it being consistent and reliable, especially in a tiny house. The first part was what I showed with the actual units, whether you're doing a propane tank or an electric mini split. There's so many options out there, pretty great brands, so you can't really go wrong with that. But having heat inside means nothing if you don't have some type of insulation or skirting around your tiny house, which I'm about to show you in a second. I'll tell you the budget version that we've done, because then it keeps the heat inside. So if the house is really warm inside, and it's great, but then the heat will escape. So we actually last night I turned the mini split down, and at one point we turned the propane tank off altogether, because our skirting that we've done is so effective, and it was cost efficient. So as you can see, it don't look pretty, but I'm gonna kind of talk through what we did and why we did it. Number one, there are so many skirt options. It's just putting something around your tiny house where it can try to trap heat in. So you can go really expensive. There's even kind that it's like skirting that you can temporarily put in. I've seen stuff as high as like $900. We're as low as $900 for our 26 by 10 foot wide tiny house. And I also saw stuff that was like almost like 15, double that, almost as high as 2000s for our dimensions of our house. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. We got our tiny house delivered to us in April, and we enjoyed the summer and the fall. By the time we got to the weather started dropping, we had no more money, at least on their savings account. We had spent it on furnishings and the tiny house itself and getting the land ready. So did I really want to commit to $1,000, $2,000? And also winter was coming really fast. So I was looking online to find all these different options of something that's affordable. Chris and I'm a novice DIY person, and there's things in our tiny house that we love, but they're like a little crooked and not perfect because we put certain shelvings and stuff in. So I needed something that was like dummy proof, at least for me. So what we did was we found, like, in your typical Home Depot, Lowe's, or any other type of hardware store, there's these foam boards, these insulation foam boards. We got a 4 foot by 8 foot, and I think they sell them at home. Well, the place that we got it at, they sold it, I think it was like $18 for a board. Well, I'll show you in a second. We didn't actually need the whole board. We split it in half, so I think we only needed about 8 or 9 of them. And I thought it was just going to be a quick thing. I spray painted it so it kind of looked better. I have some duct tape around. We did this really quick, like right before Thanksgiving. I think it was like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, when winter it went from fall, warm, Indian summer type of fall, to like super cold. So we did it like on the fly, and it was so easy to put up, and it did not break the bank. Everything was like probably a total of $80, maybe more, because I bought spray paint. You don't have to buy spray paint if you don't want to, but I didn't want to look completely like a hot mess. So I am going to show you what we did, how we did it, and how it's held up, because it's actually, it's February now. So we have gone through several rainstorms. We have gone through a couple snowstorms over the last like 3 ish months that we've had this up, and these things, it has stayed put. So it's tested and proved. So if you're looking for a budget and you want to be effective, and I'm telling you, this thing keeps the heat in, and you don't care about it looking all showing off, but you just want something to be a budget friendly, easy to do, and highly effective, I am going to show you what we've done and test it through our Virginia winter in the mountains. And it's been awesome. So I'll take a walk around and show you kind of like how we did stuff. And there's probably ways to do it could be better. And if so, guys, please put it in those comments and let me know any ideas that we could have improved. But this thing is so great that we might even be able to get more than one season out of it. So let me walk through and talk you through what we did. Okay, guys, so this was the foam board that I was talking about. Like I said, I spray painted it. We cut it in half, so we didn't need as much. We put just duct tape. It was me and Chris. I think we put it up for about, it took us like maybe 20, 25 minutes after I spray painted and it dried. And then we had these just like these regular like pallet wood that we had from other stuff. But you could, they have like all this expensive stuff you could do. Guys, if you just want to be on the budget and it be effective, like literally, Bronson, move out of the way. You could put like, rocks. You could put, upcycle stuff. You could take, wood pallets or whatever the case may be. And like I said, this thing, we're in an area that's pretty, look how well it stayed. It's like, it pretty much stayed intact. I mean, yeah, we have some duct tape. Sorry about that's our generator, which I'll say in another story how we went off grid because we spent up a lot of money and utilities were more than what I thought it would be. But if you can see, I skirted it all around. I wanted some air to be able to get through, so I purposely left like some opening there. But look at this. We have not touched this thing since we did it. We left the wheel wells there. Boys are hanging out. It's cozy. We're about to do a fire before it gets dark because it gets very dark here. But look, like we have not touched this thing since we put it up 3 months ago. And like all we did was, boards and stuff. I bought some these barrels. I have some DIY ideas that I'm trying to play with when the weather's nice. So if you got any ideas, I'd love those suggestions as well. Planters or whatnot, but literally didn't touch it. Super easy. And look how well, like I said, I wanted some air to escape through just for some ventilation, but when I'm telling you this thing keeps the heat in, it keeps the heat in. And it's actually held up very well that, and even the duct tape, I can easily take it off. So I think we're going to get another season, maybe 2 out of this. But that's all we did. And when we had plenty of storms. And we're on, a mountainside. We're not like in some, we're pretty, remote for a lot of, all things considered. So, there's weather. And, it held up pretty good. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys with if you're looking at something like this for your tiny house, or you don't have to expend the money. And trust me, money goes fast with tiny houses. Yes, you're saving money, but there's a lot of upfront costs. And you get all wrapped up in the fun stuff, you forget about just like the necessities sometimes. And so yeah, we're comfortable. We're comfortable, and I don't know if I'm going to be trying to do any fancy $1,000 type of skirting anytime soon. Maybe in the future, if we decide to take our tiny house and put it up for Airbnb to make it more aesthetically pleasing. But in terms of functionality, this is doing it, and I'm pleased. And it was for under $100 everything. So I would take that opposed to $1,000, $2,000 skirting. So I hope this was very helpful and informative. Please, 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 if you like this channel, like, subscribe, hit that bell when we have videos coming up. We plan on doing stuff frequently. We have a lot of cool things and ideas that we have planned for our tiny house and the 4.5 acres we have on this mountainside and things that we're going to do. So stay tuned and yeah, have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in.